What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, and I want to do a quick follow-up to the video that I did before. And this is, I've been told that C Boogie and Kevin Samuels did a response. Let me be very clear here. I said what I said. I stand on what the fuck I said. I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks about it, because my logic on it is undeniable. So people can sit here and a lot of times my biggest issue is I tend to go a little bit too deep on it, so it makes it so the points kind of get lost. And in this, I'm not gonna do a rehash of the same thing. I'm actually gonna do something that I often do. Now, to give you often do when I go at a topic for this matter. I believe in the theory. I believe in theory or whatever. I believe when you really go fucking hard on something, you should provide an alternative. Why? Because it lets people know that you don't have this agenda to just saber rattle and just really completely decimate something. You understand that clearly there is a need that needs to be met, and then you want to go and get that need met, right? And in the spirit of that, I'm going, because let me tell you right now, I haven't listened to his video. I haven't listened to Kevin's video. Again, I'm not trying to put Alan Roger Curry's name on my mouth, but I remember people were telling me he did a video about me, in which he said some things. And guess what? I haven't listened to that video. Why? Because I said what the fuck I said, and that is what it is. I'm not out here to be doing back and forths. I'm not. That's not why I do this. Not because I'm afraid to address certain topics, but it is what it is. I'll leave that for the audience to do that. Because I know somebody sent me an email talking about an immediate response. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Because what I said and what I say stands alone. It stands on its fucking own. And like I said before, I have no problem. My email is in my description a lot of times. I have no problem people emailing me if they want to do a hangout. We can hash what I'm talking about out. But it's easy to make a video when, quite frankly, people don't have to really address questions in real time. Because they know there's certain things that if it's asked, then it's either going to sound like complete bullshit if you answer the question. So people tend to not want to answer the question, so they avoid those questions being asked. So with all that being said, this is not what this is about. I just wanted to address that. What this is about is me providing an alternative, not because I feel like I have to, but because that's what's always been a part of this channel. And one guy that you've heard me name many times, I actually pretty much found out he did another channel, which all y'all should be subscribing to, and all y'all should have been subscribing to the last channel he did when it comes to game. Now, before I get into that, into the obvious hypocrisy of why would I say to subscribe to somebody's channel, right? That has to do with game, where apparently I was saber rattling and throwing game under the bus, and I did a type. What, isn't that hypocritical? No, it's not, and I will tell you that in a second. Why it's not, and who I'm talking about. But we're almost 5 minutes or 4 minutes in this video, so let me get to my ultimate point of this video. As far as the last video I made, if you all didn't listen, if you all didn't hear one thing that I said in that video, I want you all to understand this. My issue is not about learning social skills. My issue is not even with learning how to communicate with women more effectively, how to communicate your best self more effectively and adjust some things. That's not my problem. My problem is this single thing, and the guy that I'm talking about actually addresses this, is you are not supposed to look for a bitch to tell you who you are as a man. Period. And that is the single biggest problem that black men have, and that is the single biggest reason why black men have a fucking hard time working with each other, because often they want to have the biggest dick on the table, because they are, even when there's no bitches around, they are psychologically trying to get the most pussy. And so they have this issue with working with other black men in an environment that people that work in teams win. The group that is capable of work is either based on numbers, it's based on how effectively you are at leveraging those numbers to single goals. And when we say single goals, let's talk about just the goal of living your best life. Jewish people do this even though they don't have the numbers. Whites do it at different class levels with the numbers. They are good at doing it when they don't have the numbers, i.e. South Africa, i.e. places that white folks are able to go to, and they're not the majority, yet they're able to basically turn blacks and other groups into buffer classes. But I'm not going to go off on a tangent with that. My point is, we are the only group that doesn't know how to do that. Hell, even Africans can do it in small groups. It's just when they get to bigger groups, they tend to have a problem. ADOS black Americans, because that's who I'm talking about specifically, we have a fucking problem with that. And that's the issue. And the reason we have a problem with that, the core psychological defect, or as BGS would say, because I don't want to make this about IQ, because it's not, social pattern is the fact that niggas are always looking for pussy. Even when they're not looking for pussy, they're looking for pussy. So I can't work with that nigga, because that nigga might be able to do better than me, so he may be able to get more bitches. This is what's in. It's like Inception. You gotta go in the dream and the dream and the dream to find, oh, that's what it is. That's why niggas come out, you light-skinned nigga, yo, that's nigga, because it's about pussy. Black men are like it's not even a religion, it's a fucking cult, where they worship pussy. Their motivation is pussy, pussy, pussy. I'm not talking about outside of your average man. I'm talking about niggas will die for pussy. A lot of black on black crime, pussy. Drugs and pussy. Niggas will exterminate other niggas for pussy. That's the core thing I want y'all to understand. The core. And this is beyond a PUA or self-help. This ain't got nothing to do with that. But what happens is, when they come in here and they sell self-improvement, there are caveats you must have. Meaning, you are not supposed to self-improve. No, let me say this. This is why I said you're not supposed to self-improve for a female. Because you are not supposed to look at the temperature gauge or the barometer of who you are as a man based on the finicky, like, fucking emotionality. I know that's not a word, but I'm saying it, so fuck you. Or the fucking lopsided logic of a woman. Because when you do that, you are recognizing a woman as your leader. And if you recognize a woman as your leader, how in the living fuck can you ever hope to compete against any race of man? You can't. And that's why we're at the fucking bottom. This is also why black men are cool with being at the bottom, because they have this perception of being sexually desired. They don't understand that white women and non-black women see black men as concubines. In fact, black women too see black men as concubines. Niggas with dogs on their leashes, on their chains, that they want to fuck. Now, this is not to mean that they don't turn on white guys, but when you look at the code switching that Obsidian's talking about, that's why it happens. That's why it is, I want to fuck you, but I hate you bullshit happens. I want to fuck you, but I don't respect you bullshit happens. Why? It ain't enough for you to be a producer. You gotta be like a monkey with a fucking what are those like those brass drum clap things, and you gotta do. I remember Sub-Zero was talking about this. How you gotta jump through the, like, Sub-Zero doesn't have to do this, but he was just saying, like, how a lot of times women want you. It ain't enough for you to be a provider, protector, and legacy. You gotta jump hoops, like hula hoops, for these bitches because they're so ungrateful. That is because they don't understand that it doesn't take a lot for them not to have what they have. It really doesn't. And that's more of an American problem. But my problem is with black men, when we see self-improvement, we are looking at it from the prism of that issue. Always. This is why a lot of guys, when they bring up self-improvement, the only response that they have for, they never want to tell the truth. Like I said before, about black women are on some different shit. So when you say self-improvement, you better be saying, you know what, you also might want to take a look at some other races of women. Because I promise you, they won't tell you that. They'll lie to you and never tell you that because they know if you're chasing black women, you'll forever be trying to spend money. Versus if I just say, fuck it, if I take my pro-black hat off and say, maybe you need to try out some other females that will fuck with you, problem solved. That doesn't mean you don't self-improve, but you're getting the results you want to get. You're not in this never-ending hamster wheel. That is the point that I wanted to ham down. And I'm going to leave it there so you all understand it. That's my only point. Let me say it one more time to be very clear. You are not supposed to look at a woman as a barometer for who you are as a man. Other races use things called rites of fucking passage. You got little boys that don't even look at their women as their ultimate leader. They look at their father. So when people want to talk about the self-improvement and they want to throw that shit out there, tell the whole fucking truth. That's the problem I have. And y'all seem to be unfucking capable of doing that. And knowing what I know. Because I'm going to tell you something. What makes me dangerous, and as of right now, because this may not always be the case, I'm not selling you shit. I'm not asking you for donations. I have no problem with people selling people stuff. I have no problem with people asking for donations because I sell things. What I'm telling you is, what I say here, you ain't seen me try to have you buy nothing. I ain't contacting none of y'all about anything really, about any of the shit that I'm doing behind the scenes. So I have nothing to gain for what the fuck I'm saying. This is why a lot of people got a problem with me. Because they know I have nothing to gain. So they know, well, why would I lie? The fuck I got to gain? Nothing. They got shit to gain, though. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Here's another thing. And this actually goes into an alignment with the guy that I'm going to talk about. Because one of the things that he always says, and this is the guy that does sell shit, and he charges high price for it, but the content that he gives for free is more valuable than the shit half these motherfuckers are asking you to pay for. And I will put money on that. Prove me, listen to this shit and tell me I'm lying. Because I've bought a lot of this shit too. And I can tell you what's good and what ain't good. With that being said, what also makes me dangerous is I understand that you have to also, your economics have to be within alignment of your convictions. And that's what I'm not saying. Look, this is not a response to anybody. This is in general. Like, I'm going to tell you, if I name names, I'm going to name names. I'm not fucking afraid to do that. But what I'm telling you is, let me give you a perfect example. The problem in the black community when it comes to black men is we want to make money. Let's say we want to make money. And let's say we want to make money with black people. The problem with that is, and I said this on O'Shea's thing. This was the last thing I said before we brought everybody else on. You have to come to a reality that at this moment, you can't really depend on other black men for really supporting shit. Not as a group. And that's just facts. That's the truth. It's not me wanting to be mean. It's not me throwing black men under the bus. We suck when it comes to that. And that's just the truth. Sorry, it's true. We suck. We fucking suck. We're like the New York fucking Knicks. We can be good when we want to be, but we got too many other fucking issues we seem to not be able to get around. And that's just the truth. I'm not, like I said, I tell the truth where the truth is. Now, with that being said, with that being said, if you're gonna build something and build it around black people, if you want to take it like really make it really big, you're gonna have to bring women into it, because women are just better to cough up the money. And this should not be the case. It is the case. And this is the shit Obsidian keeps talking about. Shit O'Shea keeps talking about when he says it. This is what they're talking about. You have to pay for what you want. Your power is not free. Just like freedom ain't free, your power ain't free. And you're either going to get that or you're not going to get it. And people are going to build things for people. And that's not to say it has to be money. There's other things. You could share shit. You could print out a fucking flyer and go to your barbershop and take these ideas and roll them back. There's other things that you could do that actually has nothing to do with money, but niggas don't want to do that. Niggas can't even like a video. Not understanding that when you like a video, it's getting picked up in the algorithm, and when it gets picked up in the algorithm, it does help. Niggas can't even do that. To the point where and that's like a running fucking joke. That makes you look like a joke. Seriously. I go to videos and I click on it just to like it for a hot second and pop off. Just off GP. But that's too hard for niggas. But then they want to come out and talk all this shit. And I understand the point of having to vent off and say things. Yes, but I'm going to tell the truth, where the truth is. That's a fact. Now, the other thing I wanted to say too is my economics are aligned with my convictions. What was my point to the last point? Where if I want to do things as black male first, I'm going to have to understand that you got to understand the economic model based on that. You know there's going to be fewer people, so meaning you're going to get people that's really on point, meaning they're probably going to have to do more, but at the end of the day, they can do more, and it's going to be more enclosed, and those people are going to get the priority. That's number one. Number two is if I know that I'm going to bring women along, then you have to understand that, number one, women are going to try to take over. So you have to be very clear that that money is not guaranteed money, because that money can be finicky, because women will remove their money to what they mostly deal with. So there's ways to get around that. There's ways to manipulate that. For example, let's say I'm somebody and I have my beliefs about, you know, black women are fucking up their boys when it comes to kids, and black women won't want to hear that message. Well, I can easily rebrand something and then put it out in another way to where these women can't compartmentalize where it's coming from, or I can pass that on to somebody like an Obsidian. This is why people like Obsidian are valuable, because I don't have to say it. Obsidian or BGS can say it, and I just invest in them. So therefore, they can't target them, but they don't know that the money that the black women, if I'm doing, let's say I'm doing a business outside of this shit, they don't know that the money that they're giving me is secretly being rotated to people like them. This is why that shit matters. This is why people like Obsidian matter. This is why people like that have to be supported. Because they can say what the things that you might not be able to say, but there's ways that you can support them saying it. Or they can say it better in a way you can't say it. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Now, I should do a part 2. In fact, yeah, I'm going to do a part 2, because this guy deserves for y'all to hear it. Not for me, y'all to go through 18 minutes and y'all like, okay, when this motherfucker go shut the fuck up? No. So check the part 2. I'm going to put the part 1 up now. And then I'll probably put it up later on the day for the part 2, so y'all can marinate on this. All right, this is